I didn't think your fashion sense had gone away from us, so a good cause, and good luck promoting that, and better luck scoring more points than the opposition today.
Thanks, Patrick.
Coach Pokey Chapman with us, LSU and UConn after this timeout on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Can I find a doctor who agrees that watching the Tigers counts as cardio?
At Auctioner, you can. We're the official healthcare sponsor of LSU Athletics and a proud supporter of the community. We can care for your every need, routine, or more serious, in one of our 30 friendly, convenient locations in Southeast Louisiana. At Auctioner, healthcare with peace of mind can be yours. To find out how, call 1-866-AUCTIONER or visit auctioner.org.
Hello?
Sweetheart, I'm on my way home and I have a gift for you.
A gift for me? What is it?
A gift for you from the Louisiana Lottery. Over $2 million in cash prizes.
But why is the lottery giving me a gift?
No, it's a gift for you from me from the lottery.
What?
It's fun to give a gift for you. The new $2 scratch-off from the Louisiana Lottery. Over $2 million in cash prizes. And listen to this. You could win up to $10,000. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Can I help you?
Yes. Hi. Are you one of the coaches of the LSU Tigers?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm one of the fans. I came by to show you some cool moves I learned while playing video games on my Verizon wireless cell phone, like NBA Live 06. I thought you might want to pass some of the moves along to the team. No? Okay, cool. Go Tigers!
Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the LSU Tigers. Call 1-800-2JOIN-IN. Airtime and other fees apply. Coverage not available everywhere.
It's come to the attention of Dodge that some have questions about cute cars.
Yes, I don't want a cute car, but is there a car for someone who's not a dateless 30-year-old happily living with his parents?
Good question. And Dodge has the answer. Dodge Caliber. It's anything but cute. It's got available music gate power with liftgate speakers to celebrate good tunes, illuminated cup holders to celebrate good drink, and an available chill zone beverage cooler to celebrate thermodynamics. The all-new Dodge Caliber. It's anything but cute. For information, pull up Dodge.com. Grab life by the horns. Dodge.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Across the street from the Maryville Assembly Center right now, in the bottom of the sixth inning, it's LSU 6, St. Mary's College 2. And in the Eastern Tiger Classic, Memphis is taking on LSU for that championship. The game starts at 2 o'clock, so the Tigers are definitely going to win that one. Once again, here's Patrick Wright.
Performed by the LSU. All right, Don, thank you. It is now time for our national anthem.
The Bingo Brass Basketball Band, ladies and gentlemen, performing our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, by way of the LSU Athletic Department, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Maravich Center, where today we are now ready to go with women's college basketball action. Today's game will match up the Huskies of the University of Connecticut taking on Tiger fans, your Lady Tigers of LSU. And now here are your starting lineups for today's game. For UConn at guard, a 5'7" sophomore from St. Albans, West Virginia, number 20, Renee Montgomery. At guard, a 5'9" junior from Cincinnati, number 25, Mel Thomas. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore from St. Stephen, South Carolina, number 32, Kalena Green. At forward, a 6'1" junior from San Diego, number 24, Sharday Houston. In at center for the Huskies, a 6'4" freshman from Jamaica, New York, number 31, Tina Charles. The head coach of Connecticut, Gino Oriema. Associate head coach, Chris Daly. Assistant coaches, Tanya Cardoza and Jamel Elliott.
Again, all of UConn starters average in double figures. Green, 13.3. Montgomery, 12.2. Charles, 11.9. Houston, 11.3. Thomas at 10.9. UConn scores 78.2. They allow 53.3. LSU scores 68.8, and they allow 47.6. The only double-figure score in that game last year was Sharday Houston off the bench, had 23 points and 14 rebounds. So everybody else was pretty much shut down by LSU. We'll see if there's a repeat of that today.
Ladies and gentlemen, proudly presented by Coca-Cola. Tiger fans, here we go. The starting lineup for your Lady Tigers of LSU. At guard, a 5'3" junior from Jacksonville, number 5, Erica White. At guard, a 5'7" junior from Port Auburn, number 12, Rashante LeBlanc. At guard, a 5'11" junior from Baton Rouge, number 15, Kiana Cheney. At forward, a 6' junior from Stone Mountain, Georgia, number 54, Ashley Thomas. And at center for LSU, a 6'6" junior from Miami, number 34, Sylvia Bowles.
And, of course, Pokey Chapman, the head coach, Bob Starkey, Carla Berry, Christy Sides, her sidekicks. Among the starters for LSU, Fowles 17.2, Cheney 12.4, White 7.3, LeBlanc 6.0, Thomas 5.5. LSU shoots 43.9%. UConn shoots a very good 49% overall from the floor. LSU wearing their home white with purple letters and purple numbers with purple and gold stripes. UConn in the solid blue with red and white stripes. Fans here in the next 8 days will get to see the two storied programs in women's basketball, UConn today and Tennessee next Monday. But it's time to take their best shot today against the team in front of them. That is the UConn Huskies, and they're pretty good.
Well, it's going to be a major accomplishment in 8 days from now. Patrick, the Lady Tigers home winning court streak, it hits 45. This is going to be a huge test, but both coaches described it as a measuring stick. We're a few weeks away from the NCAA tournament. This is a non-conference game, obviously. It's an opportunity for you to see how you stack up against some of the best. And UConn, obviously, one of the best teams in the country, could go back to the Final Four once again this year. LSU will have the home crowd behind them. Pretty much the entire lower bowl of Pete Maravich Assembly Center is packed, so they'll be in their favor. And we'll see how UConn can react to that. Two teams that don't have any seniors on the floor for them, and I think it comes down to, can Sylvia give us another big double-double performance and a couple other players scoring, and that Lady Tiger defense continuing to play as well as it has been, Patrick, so far this season.
Well, it's what's got to be scary for the rest of the nation. Jeff, you alluded to it. The 5th-ranked team and the 7th-ranked team, and there is not a senior to be found on either roster. So, this time next year, these two teams should be right back where they are right now. Crowd is festive, not quite as many as we would have hoped, but still probably in the 7,000 to 8,000 range here, and they're going to be vocal, they're going to be into it, and LSU's going to need all the help they can get against a very good University of Connecticut Husky team. We're ready to go. We're glad you're with us here on the network, and we're looking forward to bringing you what I think is going to be a very exciting ball game. It'll be fouls for LSU, as always, and I'm blocked out, I think
we're waiting for TV.
I'm trying to figure out who's jumping, and I can't see that because I'm being shielded by green.
Tina Charles.
It is Charles, who is 6'4" from Jamaica, New York. Television says it's okay. Dee Cantner and Wesley Dean, along with Mark Zentz, the three officials. LSU wins the tap, and we're underway. Tigers to our right as we view it. If you're watching at home on TV, it'll go on to the left, but you already knew that because you're watching it. Thomas at the top, right wing to LeBlanc, lobs it up for foul. She catches, she lays it up, and it bounces in, and LSU's on the board first. That is a good thing to establish right there if LSU can. They got it down to fouls. She had 13 points and I believe 15 rebounds against them last year, and LSU's lost. Long three ball is good from deep on the right wing by Renee Montgomery. She shot that one from right in front of the LSU bench. Montgomery launches a three, and it's 3-2. She has made 21 of those. LeBlanc tries to answer right wing and misses, and is taken by Green. Green right wing goes to the baseline around LeBlanc. LeBlanc fell down, but Green stepped out of bounds. It was, however, knocked away by LeBlanc. UConn, not a great three-point shooting team. They're 96 for 311, but Montgomery has hit 21 of 83, coming in only 25%, but she buried one a moment ago. On the inbound underneath, it's knocked on the floor. Thomas with the quick hand steals it. And here come the Tigers. White to the right wing. Looking for fouls underneath. Instead up top, Thomas. Left side to LeBlanc. LeBlanc puts it on the floor to White in the lane. Takes it to the hole. Her layup is blocked by Charles. And I think White might have fouled Charles going back for it in a little bit of frustration. Very clean block by Charles. Her 51st block shot of the year.
And the lane looked open from our advantage point, and Charles was able to come off of her man and block that shot. White commits the foul. UConn with the ball up by one.
Well, the lane was open, but it was just the basket area that was closed off. Shot off the glass from about 5 is good by Charles. Banked it home. Got a little space between her and fouls, and it's 5-2 UConn. Cheney lobs it for fouls over her head. It's stolen by Green. But LeBlanc takes it back from Montgomery. To fouls, back to LeBlanc. One-on-one to the hole. Tay-Tay lays it up, and it's no good, and I think fouls tipped it out of bounds. But no, they didn't. They said UConn tipped it out of bounds, and LSU will get it. LeBlanc simply went one-on-one after the ball was batted around, but couldn't get the bucket. Erica White to inbound under the LSU bucket. Looking, has to hurry, bounces it to fouls, back in the right corner. White back to fouls, turn 5-footer, left it short, and it's taken by Montgomery. So UConn scored 5 in a row, and they've got the ball. Montgomery at the top of the key to Charles. Left wing to Mel Thomas, who's a great three-point shooter. Bounce pass down low, and we've got a travel on Houston. Got to watch out for Thomas. She is 58 of 133 from three-point land, 44%. Struggled her last couple of games, but is good. Very good.
Good defense by Thomas there to draw to travel.
White, top of the key, Cheney. Right wing pass to LeBlanc. Back up top, Cheney fakes the three, dribbles to the free throw line to White. Fake the 18-footer left side. Back up top, Cheney. Right point, LeBlanc. Shot fake. Dribbles to the free throw line. Banks it way too hard off the glass. And is taken by Houston. So LSU in one of their little spells where they can't seem to get the ball to go in the bucket. Penetrating baseline. Montgomery had her shot deflected by Fowles, who then got the rebound. LeBlanc to White. It's 3-on-2. Bounces right wing, Cheney. Three ball in the air, and it's way strong off the glass. And it's tipped away out, and we've got a bump on LeBlanc.
Well, it just seems at this point, Patrick, LSU needs to settle down. A lot of their shots are way off or way too hard. Just settle down a little bit. They got off to an excellent start by getting it down low to Sylvia Fowles, who scored, but since then the Tigers haven't been able to put any points on the board. Portia Phillips comes into the game, and she'll take the place of Ashley Thomas as the trainers are taking a look at her at the end of LSU's bench.
Phillips, 4 points, 30% shooter. Yeah, LSU's a little bit on the jacked up side, it looks like. The shots are going long. Cheney airmailed the three a while ago in the lane. A nice little step to the hole, and Houston lays it up and in. And it's 7-2 UConn.
Well, you don't see too many teams score that easily against LSU down low. Now UConn showing a 2-3 zone.
LeBlanc left wing looking around. Right wing pass to White. 16:44 to go in the half. 7-2 UConn. White bounce past Cheney near the point. Dribbles it in the lane. Jump step to the hole. Throws it up and in from about 5. So Cheney created that time. Pokey's calling for him to get back. It's 7-4. I think she wanted a little bit of a trap, but they didn't do it there.
LSU playing zone on the other end now.
Yep, 2-3 matchup for LSU with the man principles. Jumper from the right elbow, however, is good by Houston.
Well, they left Houston wide open, LeBlanc went away from her, and easy shot.
Cheney to the hole on the baseline, took it all the way and laid it in. She caught the ball on the right sideline, took it to the hole. It's 9-6. UConn by 3. Green has it knocked away. They fight on the floor. Phillips has it off to White. Tigers want to run. White, right wing Cheney, goes baseline, dumps it to Phillips, filling the lane. It tipped off of her hands out to White, right wing. To Cheney, back to White at the point. Up top, Phillips. Phillips spins at the free throw line. Back up top to White. 15:45 to go. Left wing LeBlanc, wide open 3. That one is good, and we're tied at 9.
I think LSU is going to get UConn out of that zone. They've been able to score the last 3 possessions with UConn in the zone, driving to the rim, and then LeBlanc hitting the long 3.
LeBlanc 21 threes for the year, 48%. Montgomery to answer. A 3 is good. So she hits another one from deep on the right wing. Cheney ahead to the basket, misses, fouls, rebounds, puts it in. LSU beat them on transition. Cheney missed the driving layup, but fouls put it in. It's 12-11. Very explosive offensive start.
That's about as explosive as it gets for LSU.
Thomas dribbles the lane, pulls up 10-footer, bounces, doesn't go. Fouls, gets the rebound. Tigers can take the lead. White down the left sideline. Back to LeBlanc, fakes the 3, goes baseline to the hole, had it blocked, and it's taken by Houston. I think Charles got that one also. Montgomery pulls up, nice bounce pass to the cutter who lays it in. That was beautiful. Green put it home, and it's 14-11.
That's very difficult to defend. Eventually, this frantic pace is going to end, Patrick, and the 2 good defenses will take over in this game.
Right corner, Cheney lobs it up top. Phillips, quick pass left wing. White back to Phillips in the lane. 5-foot tough shot is good. Just to the left side of the bucket, Phillips hits, and it's 14-13. UConn by a point.
Well, the freshman showing she's not scared, and a couple times she's gotten the ball, Patrick, and she's been looking to score.
Houston lobs it down low and missed the shot. Fouls, rebound. It was Montgomery who lobbed it to Houston, who missed. Fouls, rebounds, LeBlanc, under 14 minutes to go. In the half, top of the key fouls. Left corner, Phillips, 18-footer is short, no good. And it's taken by UConn. Montgomery's got it. Dropped it, picked it up. Haven't had our 16-minute timeout yet. The 2 teams got to be gassed. Charles, line drive jumper from 12 is no good. And we've got a whistle and a foul, I think, on Houston over the back of Phillips. It is, and the crowd likes the pace that they've seen. They're up and applauding. It's UConn 14, LSU 13. We're back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Heart disease is our nation's #1 killer. And the Progressive Louisiana hospital performing the most open heart procedures is the hospital you count on. Our Lady of the Lake, the spirit of healing.
Hey, Mom, check out this report card.
Wow, honey, this is great.
It sure is.
Excuse me, who are you?
I'm telling drivers that State Farm can save them a lot of money on their car insurance with savings like our good student discount.
Really?
At State Farm, we offer more discounts than any other insurance company, so you get great service and a great price.
So as long as he keeps his grades up, we'll save money.
That's right.
Can you help him with his math homework?
Find a State Farm agent in the Bell South Yellow Pages.
Only one local hospital was among the nation's first 5 accredited cancer centers and treats more cancer patients than any other. The hospital you count on. Our Lady of the Lake, the spirit of healing.
LSU Athletics would like to thank Louisiana-Oregon Procurement Agency for their support of LSU. Be a hero, be an Oregon and tissue donor. Log on to www.lopa.org for more information. An unbelievable pace to start this ball game as UConn leading LSU 14-13. Kiana Cheney and Sylvia Fowles each have 4 points for the Lady Tigers. Sharday Houston picking up where she left off last year when she had a big game against LSU. She has 4, but I think the big surprise is Renee Montgomery hitting 2 3-pointers, and they weren't just measly old 3-pointers barely over the line. She's been going downtown. She is not their primary 3-point threat. Mel Thomas is. Montgomery can hit some threes, but her percentage is quite low, but she's been able to come out here today and really hit some long threes.
You know why her percentage is so low? She's 5 out of her last 29 coming into the game.
Well,
so
she found it today.
Yeah, she's found it so far. LSU 6 of 15, 40%. UConn 6 of 10, 60%. Rebounds 6 apiece. UConn out-rebounds their opponents by 11, so that's a stat that we will watch. 2 blocks for UConn, both of them by Charles. LSU 3 steals in the early going. Points in the paint, LSU 10-6. They lead that edge, or they lead that category where they have the edge. And it is a 14-13 game, and it will be ball to LSU, who can take their first lead since it was 2-0. They are underway at Tiger Park. It's LSU and Memphis in softball, the championship of the Easton Classic. There is no score. Tigers won 2-0 over Middle Tennessee this morning. Allison Hightower drives the lane, dishes to Cheney, fakes, lets her man go by, and she lays it in, and LSU leads.
Well, I said it in a pregame. It'll be interesting to see how LSU's 2 freshmen react. So far, Portia Phillips has scored, and that was a nice pass by Hightower to an open Cheney down low.
Hightower 35% for the year, but got a good assist. 15-14 LSU. At the top, Keisha Swanier, right wing Montgomery, another 3. That one is no good. There's bodies all over the place in the lane. They scramble. There's going to be a tie. That'll go to UConn. Swanier off their bench, averaging 5.6.
And UConn does not have much point totals coming off the bench. Their best player is actually hurt, Brittany Huntner, who's averaging 8 points. That's their lead player off the bench scoring-wise. So we'll see how UConn can play with LSU's bench.
Charles in the lane, a little baby hook over Fowles, no good. Fowles and Charles battle for the rebound. It's out of bounds to LSU. The baseball game is LSU 6, St. Mary's 2 in the 7th inning over at the box. We'll keep you updated on that. 15-14 LSU here with 12:40 to go in the half. Hightower drives left of the lane, turns around to Phillips at the top, right wing to LeBlanc. Dribbles it toward the top of the arc where she hands it to Phillips. Left wing Hightower lobs it down low. Fouls. Baby hook is in, and LSU is now up by 3. A 15-7 LSU run. And it's 17-14. Swanier bounce pass down under. It is saved by Charles inbounds to a driving Green, who flips it up and in. 17-16. LeBlanc between the circles. Phillips right wing to LeBlanc. Back over to Hightower left side. Fakes the 3. Drives down the lane. Running one-handed floater. No good, but she got the rebound. Turns. Puts it back from 5. It's good. It counts, and a foul. Hightower worked hard on that and got it to go.
I said it a few moments ago, been really impressed with how these 2 freshmen are playing as we have another timeout. LSU up by 3.
And Houston will come back in for them. Erica White for LSU will take the break. 19-16 LSU on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The Southeastern Conference represents the best in intercollegiate athletics. Last year, the SEC produced 6 national champions and finished in the Final Four in 14 of 20 sports finishes, while sending 159 league teams to postseason competition. In addition, 460 SEC student-athletes earned first-team All-America honors, and 71 young men and women were crowned individual national champions. The Southeastern Conference, equipping tomorrow's leaders today.
Aaron Meredith made the world's highest student score on the Certified Internal Auditor exam.
Jacob Landry is the recipient of the prestigious Harry S. Truman Scholarship.
Lisette Oropesa is a national winner of the Metropolitan Opera competition.
Amaka Agachukwu was awarded the preeminent Goldwater Scholarship.
Tam Nguyen participated in research funded by the Howard Hughes Medical Institute.
LSU. Mind power. At work for you.
Across the street from the Maryville Assembly Center now, bottom of the 8th inning, it's still LSU 6, St. Mary College 2. Now here's again Patrick Wright.
All right, Don, thank you very much. I want to remind you the Pokey Chapman Show tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, from walk-ons, a departure from the norm.
And Whitney National Bank is the title sponsor of the Pokey Chapman Show. Whitney Bank, it takes a Whitney banker.
19-16, LSU by 3 in a very frenetic early pace. We see Ashley Thomas walking back toward the LSU huddle. I don't know, Jeff, you were watching a while ago. I don't know what they were looking at over there, but it looks like she's going to be okay.
Yeah, they were looking at her knee or ankle or something like that. But you're right. I think she will be okay. But, hey, with the way that Portia Phillips is playing right now, Ashley can sit and watch for a little bit because she has played well, and Allison Hightower have been very aggressive going to the rim. That seems to be her strength. She hasn't been able to develop the outside shooting game just quite yet on the college level. So her strength has been going into lane, scoring, and now she'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
Hightower 80% from the line. LSU 9 of 19, 47%. UConn 54% early. Free throw by Hightower's up and in, and it is a 4-point LSU lead, their biggest. Hightower's got 3 points. I think I said 4 a minute ago, but she assisted one. Now she steals one at half court. Went up in the long arms, brought one in. Back out to fouls. Tigers are right wing to White. Can put a little separation here early. Cheney up top almost had it stolen. Back to White, deep right side. Top of the key to Phillips, left wing Hightower. Hightower looking, nothing underneath. Up top, Phillips. 9 to shoot. Back left wing, Hightower. Down low, Fouls, who kicked it back out, and it was stolen by Soignier. Trying to beat White to the bucket, and she does, and she lays it in. So LSU could have made it out to a 6-point lead. Instead, it's down to 2 with the 11 mark. Phillips, left wing to Hightower. Dribbles inside the arc, backs out. She'll take a 3, and it's good! Hightower a 3. She stepped in and then backed out. And Hightower hits her 11th, only 20%, but it's a 5-point LSU lead, 23-18. The Tigers with big early offensive numbers. Green, left side to Soignier. Back up top to Megan Gardler, who just checked in. Right wing to Montgomery. Drives baseline. A runner from 5 is short, and Phillips rebounds. And here come the Tigers. White dribbling through traffic to the left baseline. Up top, Phillips. Phillips in the lane. Spins. Shoots it with one hand and misses. Rebound. Fought for. Fouls. Got it. Puts it back in. Fouls with 8. It's 25-18. LSU by 7. As we approach, still 10 minutes to go in a high-scoring first half, especially for LSU so far. Left wing, Soignier lobs it across Montgomery, fakes the 3. And then a bounce pass is kicked by White. With 15 on the shot clock, it'll stay there. Gardler has played 18 games, shooting 25% from the floor. LeBlanc will come in for Cheney. Thomas in for Phillips. Gardler left, and back in for them is Charles. 10 minutes exactly, 25-18, LSU by 7. 9 to shoot. Left elbow, Houston, a jumper off the side of the rim. Fouls, had it knocked out of bounds by Charles. LSU will get it. Jeff, it's time for the Tigers to strike while the iron is hot here and try to expand this lead while they're hitting and UConn's missing.
Well, they haven't been in an offensive flow like this in quite a while. They hit it at peaks or at certain points in that game against Florida, but the competition much tougher here today. This has been very impressive to see the Lady Tigers offense go to work.
Hightower down on the right block to Fouls, turns, flips it up, no good. She traveled anyway, says D. Cantner, and UConn will go back the other way. That is only 2 LSU turnovers so far.
And Sylvie didn't seem to complain too much.
Now Mel Thomas back in for Kalana Green. Green, their leading scorer in the season, has 4 points today. 25-18, the Tigers by 7. 18-6, LSU run since UConn was ahead 7-2 early. Pass down low on the baseline. Charles kicks it over in the corner to Montgomery. Back to Charles, working on Fouls. Tries to shoot over Fouls and does, and banks it in from about 5. And she's just a freshman. Good move there. It's 25-20. Not much Fouls could have done there. White being picked on by Montgomery. Tries to steal it. White drives around her. Right point to LeBlanc. LeBlanc looking. 14 to shoot. Left side, Hightower dribbles toward the left baseline. Backs up, can't shoot. 8 to shoot. Looking to lob it. It's got to be a 5-second call, and it is. Yeah. Hightower kept the ball for a long time. You could just hear the crowd, their internal 5-second clock was ticking, and Wesley Dean, the official, blew the whistle, and that was the correct call. Well, in fact, Gino Ariema was calling for it with about 3 seconds in, so LSU gives it up. Hightower was trapped on the sideline. Montgomery, left elbow to Charles, back to the bucket, turns, pass up top to Houston, hands it off to Soignier, right wing. She'll take a three, way off the mark. White rebounds. Soignier has only made 7 of those all year, 22%. White free throw line has it knocked away, but she batted it out to Fowles. Fowles looking to find somebody on the back door to LeBlanc, takes it to the hole, shot is good, it counts and a foul. Somebody got a piece of it, but it still went in. And LeBlanc will shoot one. The foul was on Houston, and that's her second.
Well, Sylvia just holding the basketball at the top of the key, waiting for somebody to cut to the rim, and LeBlanc did, and takes it strong to the hole, and she was able to lay it off nicely off the glass, and now we'll try to complete the three-point play. So far, she's been involved offensively, and that free throw matches her season average of 6.
And it is an 8-point lead. Pass against the pressure up ahead, going to the hole. Shot is blocked by Fowles. Green had it thrown back, and White's got it. Tigers can go double figures. White zigzags toward the right elbow. Up top, Thomas, 18-footer off the glass and in! You could tell it was long off of her hand. You just hoped it was straight enough, and it was off the window and in from 18. It's 30-20, and listen to the crowd. Thomas, left wing to Houston. Houston spins in the lane to the hole. Shot is no good off the glass. White rebounds. The Tigers want to run 2-on-1. White takes it to the hole, lays it up, and it's no good. Tried to draw contact, missed a tough shot. Montgomery the other way, pulls up to Charles. Free throw line jumper is good, and that'll quiet him a little bit. 30-22.
I tell you what, this Tina Charles, she's a mini Sylvia Fowles.
Yes, she is.
She's a couple inches shorter than Sylvia, but plays very similar to her, and she is darn good for a freshman.
Thomas has it knocked away right of the lane and stolen by Houston. 7 minutes to go in the half. We'll go the other way. Montgomery doubles clutch to the hole, missed it, and Fowles has the rebound. That was off the glass and rim. White into the front court. On the right wing, at the top to Fowles. Left wing over to LeBlanc, deep, she's being guarded. Looking to lob, does to Fowles in the lane, she's bumped over the back. If that's Houston, that is her third.
It should be. It really should be, because she came off her man.
Well, they might have got Charles, though. Charles was in there also. And that's Charles' second, so that's not completely bad news either. We have an official break. That was only the 4th UConn foul, so no shots. But LSU will have the ball when we come back. 30-22 LSU on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Today we salute you, Mr. Fantasy Football Manager Guy. Every year you assemble your closest friends to prepare for another season in the knockdown, drag-out world of make-believe football. 4th and inches. Imaginary catches, imaginary touchdowns. Next up, an imaginary score with an imaginary woman. Good imagination. So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh Swami of the sidelines. Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
We're here with rookie phenom Howard Justin, who holds the record for never dropping a ball ever.
My brother tried to hit me with a football when I was 2. I caught it and I slammed it in his oatmeal.
How do you do it?
I avoid things that drop. That's why I switched to Singular. They have the fewest drop calls of any wireless carrier.
Have you ever dropped anything?
My jaw when I realized my calls stay connected with Singular.
Howard Justin doesn't drop balls or calls.
Singular is now the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coverage is not available in all areas. The all-over network covers over 273 million people and is growing. Drop calls based on nationwide experience among national carriers.
Across the street from the Maryville Assembly Center right now at Alex Box Stadium. Top of the 9th inning, LSU 6, St. Mary Colleges 2. Now again, here's Patrick.
All right, Don, thank you for that. Also over at Tiger Park, no score, LSU and Memphis in the 2nd inning in the softball championship game of the Easton Classic.
All right, it's now time for the Ask the Announcer presented by Hilton Capital Center in downtown Baton Rouge. Here's today's question from Chris Thompson of Lake Charles. What region do you think the NCAA will send the Lady Tigers? Log on to www.lsusports.net to submit your question. You know, Patrick, very difficult to say where they're going to go. I think the bigger question at this point is LSU, hopefully they can at least lock down a number 2 seed, maybe a number 1 seed if you can beat UConn, you can beat Tennessee, and win the SEC tournament.
Yeah, where, the regional sites are in Fresno. There's one in Dallas. I'm thinking where the other, I was looking at this the other day. There's one out west. There's a couple in the middle part of the country. It's more, there's no telling where. Yeah. It's way too early, but the seeding is important. And the bigger you can, if you can get these wins that LSU's working on, win over UConn, a chance to beat Tennessee. You still got Arkansas and Vanderbilt left. I'm more worried about where LSU is seated. Yeah. But again, there's 8 first-round sites. One of them is in Austin, and the others are spread out in places like Raleigh and Pittsburgh and places, Minneapolis, Michigan State. So lots of different places. Too hard to tell. LSU has it here. White to the free throw line. Up top, Cheney. LSU ahead by 8. Lobs it for foul. She goes up high and has her shot blocked, but she's fouled on the way up. Now, if that's Charles, that's her third. It is.
Now, remember, there are other big...
let me back up. I'm sorry, Jeff. That's 41. McLaren.
Oh, okay.
Not 31.
Well, I was going to say, they're already without Brittany Hunter, who's 6'3", and I think... Charles is still out there with her 2 fouls.
Fouls hits the first. She is a 62% shooter. By the way, fouls, 9.7 rebounds, so she is well on her way to double-double, 13 in a row. LSU 52%, UConn 45.5. Second free throw good, so the double-figure points are there. She just needs 3 more rebounds. That's nothing but a thing. She's averaging 12.1 for the year. 32-22, LSU by 10. Right wing Montgomery. Pass right elbow to McLaren. She'll shoot the shot, and it rattles out from 15. Phillips rebounds. White wants to push it hard. Top of the key. She peels off toward the left wing. Out to LeBlanc. Up top, Phillips. Phillips, right wing, Cheney. Cheney, back up top, Phillips. 18-footer is good! And everybody's hitting the shots today. And it's 34-22.
Well, I mentioned you started seeing this in Florida. Everybody got into the game offensively on Thursday night, and that has just carried over what Pokey Chapman wanted to see here this afternoon against the 5th-ranked Lady Huskies.
McLaren, right wing over to Montgomery. Lobs it down low to Charles. She's double-teamed. She fades away, and she shoots it in over fouls from about 7. That was pretty impressive. A fadeaway that she lobbed over fouls. It's 34-24. Phillips, right wing to Erica White. White to the top of the key, will dribble around the arc toward the left side. Pass back right wing to LeBlanc. Fires at baseline. Phillips, 18-footer, left that one short and is taken by Charles. Crowd wanted something after the action, but no call, and here's Montgomery.
Well, Sylvia was tangled up with someone down low.
5 minutes to go in a frenetic first half. There's a scramble on the floor in the lane. Phillips has it. There's a tie ball, but it's LSU's possession. Tigers trying to beat UConn for the first time ever. Lost by 3 last year. And also lost to them in the Elite 8 round of the 2000 tournament. UConn went on to win the championship that year. 34-24 LSU. We're under 5 minutes to go in the half. Lady Tigers playing exceptionally well. Phillips at the top. Right wing LeBlanc. Right corner. Cheney. 3. Over the rim. No good, but fouls, rebounds, and lays it in. Tell you what, those air balls a lot of times are hard for the defense to rebound. And Cheney's 3 went over the rim from the side of the court, and Fowles picked it up and laid it home. It's 36-24.
I heard her scream pass.
Well, she might have, as it was in the air. McLaren had it knocked away. Montgomery's got it. 3 ball, no good from the left wing. Rebound, put back is blocked. Phillips got it. Charles put back, rims and bounces and doesn't go. And they fight for it, and they scramble, and Fowles tries to yank it away, and it's a tie ball. And it's going back to UConn.
It's getting a little feisty down there.
That's all right. Both teams are playing hard, looking to get the basketball. Nothing dirty on either side. Just a couple of teams fighting hard at it. Erica White will leave for a little while. And Hightower is back. Houston is back for them, as is Soignier. Montgomery leaves. Somebody else left, too. I didn't see who it was. Green inbounds over in the right corner to Soignier. 4:10 to go. LSU 36, UConn 24. At long range, Thomas. Left wing to Green. At the top, Soignier, 20 to shoot. Soignier, right side. Thomas can't shoot the 3. Down low, Houston shoots it over. Fouls, no good from 5. Rebound batted around. Charles lays it up and in. Crowd thought Houston walked. That's why they're reacting.
Well, she also had an elbow that kept hitting Sylvia in the side. Looked like she used that elbow to clear some space for her.
Hightower, bounce pass, left corner to Cheney. Lobs it right side, LeBlanc. Can't shoot the three. LSU by 10, 3:35 in the half. Phillips at the top. Left wing to Cheney. Fakes the long three. Got her man in the air. Dribbles the lane and charge, but they did call a block. So we have to see the replay, but Soignier got there a little bit too late. Cheney missed the runner. I'm going to look at the replay. Yeah, she was moving. She got there just a half second late, and Cheney will shoot two when we come back. 3:29 to go in the half. LSU 36, UConn 26. The exciting conclusion of first half action after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Your connection to LSU sporting events is the Tiger Ticket Office, located in the main lobby of the Athletic Administration Building. Advanced ticket sales to all events are available from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, on both a season and single game basis. For complete seating and price information, call the LSU Ticket Office at 225-578-2184 or toll free 1-800-960-8587 and see the Tigers in action whenever you can.
The SEC continues to be one of the nation's top basketball conferences, producing a total of 16 men's and women's teams that earned the right to compete in postseason action last year. Florida captured the 2006 Men's National Championship and was joined in the Final Four by LSU. South Carolina closed out the season by winning its second consecutive NIT crown. 8 women's teams earned a berth in postseason tournaments, including LSU, advancing to its third straight Final Four appearance. SEC basketball, the standard of excellence.
It's finally across the street at Halifax Stadium. LSU beat St. Mary College this afternoon 6-2. Now, here's Patrick.
All right, Don, thank you. So, tell you what, there were all those events going on campus this week, and LSU's got a chance to make a sweep of everything.
And softball's winning 1-0 last time we looked.
Yep, softball's ahead 1-0. Andrea Smith doubled home a run against Memphis. Baseball team swept 3. The men's basketball team won yesterday. The tennis team has won. Softball, if they can win this game, will sweep, and the Lady Tigers are looking to win here. Home is a good place to be. We, however, the Lady Tigers will be at beautiful Fayetteville, Arkansas this weekend, or this Thursday. 7 o'clock game will be on the air at 6:30 from Fayetteville. LSU back home a week from tomorrow, Tennessee. 6 o'clock, be there. LSU 52%, UConn 43%. LSU winning the board 17-12. LSU 5 turnovers, they've got 6. Fouls, 12 points, 8 rebounds, and Cheney will shoot 2 free throws where LSU is 4 for 4.
UConn has been in their huddle for a long time. Finally, the second horn goes off, but I think everyone that's here today at the Maravich Assembly Center will be back for that Tennessee game, and I'm sure there's a lot of people hopefully listening to the radio and watching the TV, watching the game on TV, are saying, this is pretty good stuff. And I would imagine, Patrick, this, because of all the hype with football and everything else that goes on, for many people, this is the first time they've really had a chance to check out the Lady Tigers, and they are really putting together offensively their best performance of the season so far.
Cheney shooting a couple. First one softly up and in, as Cheney starting to feel it from the line, up to 64%. Hopefully that didn't put the kibosh on her. It did. It rattled out. And it's rebounded by Houston, but an 11-point, 37-26 lead. Left wing Soignier goes up top. Hightower and LeBlanc double or bounce pass left side to Green, who dribbles in, and a 7-footer is good. So they beat the LSU ball screen trap up top and got the easy shot. 9-point lead. Cheney lobs it down low to Fowles, has to kick it back up top. LeBlanc eyeballing a 3. Right wing to Hightower. Right corner Phillips. A long 3 is no good. Taken by Charles. So UConn settling in a little bit after the timeout. Soignier, right side, Thomas makes room for a 3. It's going to be short, no good. UConn player kept it alive. Phillips tries for it. A UConn player came out of there. No, Phillips came out of there with it to Cheney. We lost him way over in the corner. LSU is fighting hard for everything. 2:35 to go in the half. 9-point LSU lead. It has been as much as 12. Cheney, left wing, in front of Gino Auriemma. Up top to Phillips. Dribbles in. Goes down the lane. A runner from 7. Rims out. No good. Rebound to UConn. Charles got that one. Tigers have missed a couple. Nice move in the lane, but the green is stripped. It's loose. Rebounded, put up, no good by Houston, and Fowles rebounds it. That should give her 10, I think. Hightower pulls up 10-footer. That one rolled the rim and came out on the baseline.
All of a sudden, the shot's not falling.
And at the 2-minute mark, McLaren came out with the rebound. 37-28 LSU. Crowd trying to get the defense involved, and they have been involved. Right side, Houston. Lob pass underneath is tipped by Charles. Off of Fowles, out of bounds.
Yeah.
And with 15 to shoot and 1:47 in the half, UConn will try to inbound. And the lob pass is deflected up top, taken by Houston. Pass left baseline, Green dribbles to the hole, 6-footer off the glass, no good. Offensive board, Thomas got in there and got it. Bounce pass down low, Charles, and Fowles threw it back at her. And then Phillips blocked the putback, but the foul was called.
I think it's going to be on Fowles. Nope, they're going to call on Portia.
Yeah, got her on the arm on the putback attempt.
Well, I think Fowles fouled her for good measure, too.
Fowles threw the first one right back at her, however.
Well, how about this matchup with Tina Charles and Sylvia Fowles? It's been pretty impressive. Charles has 10. Sylvia Fowles, she's got 12.
Only a 53% free throw shooter, but she nets that one. So Charles has 11. 6'4" freshman from Jamaica, New York, and she is the real deal.
I guess the biggest difference in this game so far is that Sylvia getting a little bit more help. Really for UConn, scoring has been kind of sporadic from everyone else other than Charles.
Her second one is no good, and Fowles gets the rebound. She's got her 13th straight double-double. That was their first free throws of the game, by the way. Fowles a 16-footer off the back iron straight away, but Phillips rebounds to Cheney. Right wing, right corner Phillips. Right wing Cheney. Right baseline Phillips. Right wing Cheney. Up top Hightower. Dribbles to the free throw line. Jumper off the mark, no good. Taken by Montgomery. LSU hasn't scored a bucket in 3.5 minutes. 8-point lead. We've got to travel up top on Montgomery. She saw something. She got herself up in the air, saw something she liked, and then didn't like it anymore, and then came back down.
Well, earlier in the game as Portia Phillips leaves, and I believe Ashley Thomas into the game, but Phillips and Hightower, their shots were falling earlier on, and now they've missed the last half a dozen possessions down the other end. Hopefully they don't get too discouraged. Keep shooting the balls. It'll start falling again.
LeBlanc jump step to the elbow, missed it short, and went back after, but UConn's got it back. She was chasing that one as it left her hand. Charles' free throw line jumper is good. So UConn was down 12. They've cut it in half. It's 37-31. 40 seconds to go in the half. LeBlanc gets a Thomas screen up top. Left sideline pass to Cheney. Cheney lobs it right side to LeBlanc on the wing. Up top Cheney. Back right wing LeBlanc. Dumps it down to Fowles. Turns, backs in. I think she traveled. No, worse than that. They called an offensive foul.
Only the first one for Sylvia. The fourth team foul going to be called against LSU.
And UConn's going to call a timeout here. So they were down 12 a little while ago. They're down 6 right now with 22.5 seconds left. And if they can get something here going into the half, they've got to feel pretty good about where they are, all things considered.
Well, it's not like UConn has played poorly in this ball game, Patrick. I mean, Lady Tigers have just been on another level, and I think they're coming down a little bit from that adrenaline that these great fans here in the Maravich Center have given them. But hopefully LSU can catch their breath in the locker room, come back out with that same type of intensity. But they need a defensive stop here to make sure that the momentum stays with them going into the locker room.
Yep, it's been over 4 minutes since LSU had a bucket, and they are not likely to get one here before the half ends. Barring a miscue of some sort, UConn, they're a smart club with a good coach. They will likely play for just about the last shot here. Inbounds, Soignier's got it. LSU falls back in defense. Under 20 seconds to go. Left side, Green has it. Soignier to Gardler. Pass up top, almost stolen, but Montgomery's got it with 10. Montgomery tries to lob it underneath. Fowles tipped it. It's in the air. Thomas has it, and there's 5 seconds to go. Hands it to White with 2. White into the front court to Hightower. A 3 is off the side of the rim at the buzzer. So LSU defended and they got the steal, and they will go into the locker room with a 6-point lead. It's LSU 37 and UConn 31. We're back courtside at the Maravich Center in Baton Rouge after this timeout on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When we got married, suddenly we had 2 of everything. 2 dinette sets, 2 dogs.
2 car insurance companies. This is a true story about true savings from State Farm.
We had to get rid of a few things.
What's my chair?
He had State Farm.
And she had the gecko.
His agent helped us compare.
There was no comparison.
This time, one of his things stayed.
Find a State Farm agent today in the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South or visit statefarm.com.
Like a good neighbor,
State Farm is there.
Savings based on home and automobile discount.
Since 1898, Adler's has been one of the South's leading jewelers. Visit their store in the town center to find the world's finest jewelry, watches, china, crystal, silver, gifts, and home decor. And as a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics, Adler's offers a wide range of LSU items perfect for any Tigers fan or LSU graduate. Shop Adler's in the town center Tuesday through Saturday, or visit Adler's anytime at adlersjewelry.com.
At Whitney Bank, it takes 2 to tango.
Darling, you take our Whitney Visa credit card, and I'll take our Whitney Visa check card.
And we'll rendezvous later to look at our reward points total.
Only Whitney Bank brings you the Points Plus reward program. 2 cards, 1 points total, faster rewards. Start dancing today. Call 800-681-9015 or log on to whitneybank.com. Whitney Bank. Member FDIC. Normal credit criteria apply.
Short dribble, spots up and shoots the 3. Boom! I think that's gonna do it. The Tigers will advance. Hey, catch the Tigers on Cox Sports Television. CST is the home to all things LSU. Catch all the action from the hardwood and see 5 men's and 5 women's games exclusively on Cox Sports Television. Visit CoxSportsTV.com for a complete game schedule. CST. New look, same great teams.
37-31. LSU has a 6-point lead. A very exciting first half of play. Considering this was a 51-48 game when these teams played last year, considering both teams are good defensively, I thought LSU ran offense about as well as they have against a really good team since that Ohio State game.
Yeah, and even though they didn't shoot the ball very well in the last 5 minutes of the second half, the shots were still there. They just weren't falling at that point. So the Lady Tigers shouldn't get too discouraged just yet. But they were able to get some transition buckets. They were able to get it down to Sylvia Fowles. And again, it was what we saw on Thursday night against Florida, Patrick. Just everyone being involved offensively. And LSU just plays so much better at so much of a higher level if that occurs.
Tigers have a double-double from Sylvia Fowles, her 13th in a row, 12 points, 10 rebounds. LSU did miss their last 6 field goal tries of the half to finish 43%. But, Pokey talked about some of the things, take care of the ball and rebound. And, of course, UConn started to fight the offensive boards a little bit late in that half, and got a couple of second-chance points. But all in all, LSU 5 turnovers. They won the rebounding war by 1. You got to think if those numbers stay about the same, then LSU's got a great chance to hold on and finish this one off.
And, Tina Charles has really played well for UConn, and you just got to make sure you limit everybody else. It seems like Tina Charles is on her game. Is a fantastic freshman, but just make sure someone like Sharday Houston doesn't get going. Renee Montgomery hit a couple threes early on in this game. Make sure no one else gets hot, and LSU hopefully will be able to come away with a victory.
We'll take the break. When we come back, Don Molino joins us from the L'Auberge Casino and Hotel Studio Control Room. Scoreboard update and more after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The SEC hopes to build on one of its most successful seasons in men's basketball history, as the 2005-2006 campaign was highlighted by Florida's national championship, LSU's run to the Final Four, and South Carolina's second straight NIT title. Since 2001, all 12 SEC schools have participated in the NCAA men's basketball tournament at least once. The SEC is also the only conference to have all of its members ranked in the AP Top 25 for at least 1 week since the 2000 season. SEC basketball, the standard of excellence.
LSU has won more than 40 national sports championships and more than 100 Southeastern Conference titles, making it one of the hottest athletic scenes in the nation. But there's more to LSU than athletics. Did you know that Newsweek ranked LSU one of the nation's 12 hottest campuses, noting its diversity? LSU has students from all 50 states and over 100 countries. LSU has a great game plan on and off the field. Hey, Tiger fans, show your Tiger pride and keep LSU beautiful on game day. Here are 4 easy ways you can help. Mike likes a clean yard, so be sure to use the LSU trash bags and litter cans. Save our oak trees. Don't park on the roots. Keep our families safe. Leave glass at home. And put your aluminum cans in the LSU recycling bins. LSU is a leader in game day recycling efforts. Let's all work together to keep LSU beautiful. Thanks, Tiger fans.
The Southeastern Conference represents the best in intercollegiate athletics. Last year, the SEC produced 6 national champions and finished in the Final Four in 14 of 20 sports finishes, while sending 159 league teams to postseason competition. In addition, 460 SEC student-athletes earned first-team All-America honors, and 71 young men and women were crowned individual national champions. The Southeastern Conference, equipping tomorrow's leaders today.
Good afternoon. I'm Don Molino on the LSU Sports Radio Network. We're at halftime. The LSU Lady Tigers leading UConn 37-31. Partial scores this afternoon. First, a couple of SEC scores. With 6:34 left in the first, it's Vanderbilt 24, Auburn 6. Ole Miss is leading Alabama 25-17 with 7:49 left in the first. With 7:43 left in the second half, Arkansas State 66, South Alabama 59. 4:49 left in the second, Virginia Tech 60, Clemson 58. 7:49 left in the second, William & Mary 45, North Carolina Wilmington 33. George Mason is trailing Hofstra 54-51 with about 5 minutes left in that game. This game just getting started, 10 minutes left in the second, I beg your pardon. It's Georgia State 89, Towson 43. Central Florida trailing Rice 64-53 with 4:49 left in the second. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Northwestern leading Penn State 23-21. 5 minutes left in the first half. It's Southern Methodist 21, Marshall 15. Ball State and Kent State tied up at 31 all. 4:12 left in the first. 2:57 left in the first period. Southern Miss 28, Houston 19. It's Mississippi State 36, Florida 24 with 3:45 left in the first. 9:12 left in the first half. Kansas State, Texas Tech tied up at 14 all. With 6 minutes left in the first, Georgia 34, South Carolina 8. 6 minutes left in the first half of this game. Duke is leading Wake Forest 23-15. Couple of final scores to report this afternoon. Maryland 83, Virginia 74, Old Dominion 63, Delaware 47. Minnesota beat Indiana 79-69. Canisius 74, Fairfield 64, and Virginia Commonwealth beat Drexel 53-50. Once again at halftime, it's LSU 37, UConn 31. Patrick Wright and Jeff Palermo coming back in 2 minutes here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The SEC continues to be one of the nation's top basketball conferences, producing a total of 16 men's and women's teams that earned the right to compete in postseason action last year. Florida captured the 2006 men's national championship and was joined in the Final Four by LSU. South Carolina closed out the season by winning its second consecutive NIT crown. 8 women's teams earned a berth in postseason tournaments, including LSU, advancing to its 3rd straight Final Four appearance. SEC basketball, the standard of excellence.
Aaron Meredith made the world's highest student score on the Certified Internal Auditor exam.
Jacob Landry is the recipient of the prestigious Harry S. Truman Scholarship.
Lisette Oropesa is a national winner of the Metropolitan Opera competition.
Amaka Agachukwu was awarded the preeminent Goldwater Scholarship.
Tam Nguyen participated in research funded by the Howard Hughes Medical Institute.
LSU. Mind power. At work for you.
Your connection to LSU sporting events is the Tiger Ticket Office, located in the main lobby of the Athletic Administration Building. Advanced ticket sales to all events are available from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, on both a season and single game basis. For complete seating and price information, call the LSU Ticket Office at 225-578-2184 or toll free 1-800-960-8587 and see the Tigers in action whenever you can.
Peter Chen is developing cybersecurity methods to help track terrorists and other criminals.
Nathan Call is discovering innovative new ways to teach autistic children.
Nina Lamb combines technology and geography to study problems ranging from cancer to AIDS.
Erno Sejo is finding ways to protect humans from inhaled threats like anthrax or SARS.
Jorge Aravena and Kim and Joe are developing computer systems for safer airplanes.
LSU. Mind power. At work for you.
Welcome back to the Our Lady of the Lake halftime show. Walk-Ons wants to invite all our future Tigers to Kids Day every Tuesday. That's right, kids eat free every Tuesday all day, and bring a pen. You never know who you might see for an autograph. An accident or illness can affect your child at any time, day or night, and the area's only 24-hour, 7-day pediatric emergency room is at the hospital you count on, Our Lady of the Lake. LSU leading UConn 37-31 at halftime. The Lady Tigers shot 43% from the field, 40% from three-point territory, 2 of 5, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Sylvia Fowles had a double-double in the first half, 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 block shots. She was 5 of 7 from the field. Kiana Chaney, 3 of 6 from the field, and she had 7 points, including an assist. Also scoring quite well, Rashante LeBlanc, 6 points on 2 of 7 shooting. And Allison Hightower off the bench, she scored 6 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Portia Phillips had 4 points and 5 rebounds, a steal as well on 2 of 7 shooting. And also scoring for LSU in the first half was Ashley Thomas, who had 2 points and a steal. For UConn, they shot 41% from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point territory, and they were just 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Tina Charles, the leading scorer for the Lady Huskies, with 13 points and 9 rebounds and 2 block shots, 6 of 9 from the field. Kalina Green had 6 points, 3 of 5 from the field. Renee Montgomery hit 2 3-pointers early. She had 6 points and 5 assists. Sharday Houston had 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting. And off the bench, Keisha Soigné had 2 points and a rebound. LSU out-rebounding UConn right now, 21-20. They have 8 assists. UConn does as well. The Lady Huskies turned it over 8 times, while LSU had just 5. LSU 3 block shots, and UConn has just 2. Points in the paint, LSU 20, UConn 14. Points off turnovers, LSU 5, UConn 5. Second chance points. This is a good statistic because UConn is very good on the offensive glass. LSU has 9, UConn has 3, and the Lady Huskies have 4 fast break points. LSU has 2. LSU's biggest lead in this game was 12 with 6 minutes and 1 second left, while UConn actually had a 5-point lead early on in this one with 17 minutes and 2 seconds left. Hey, Fighting Tigers, propane isn't just for tailgating. You can keep that good food coming with propane-fueled cooktops. They give you greater temperature control and cook more evenly than electric cooktops. To find out more, visit www.louisianapropane.com. Let's take 10 seconds for a station ID. This is the LSU Sports Radio Network. (37-31), LSU leads UConn. When we come back, the voice of the Lady Tigers, Patrick Wright, will have your second half call. This is the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Today we salute you, Mr. Halftime Shooting Contest contestant. For the promise of free t-shirts or a year's supply of socks, you take to the court ready to put on a clinic in abject humiliation.
Take 'em to school, yeah.
You keenly sense how much the crowd yearns for your failure, and you deliver.
From downtown, yeah.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Admiral of the Airballs. Bud Light beer at St. Louis, Missouri.
At Whitney Bank, it takes 2 to tango.
Darling, you take our Whitney Visa credit card, and I'll take our Whitney Visa check card.
And we'll rendezvous later to look at our reward points total.
Only Whitney Bank brings you the Points Plus reward program. 2 cards, 1 points total, faster rewards. Start dancing today. Call 800-681-9015 or log on to whitneybank.com. Whitney Bank. Member FDIC. Normal credit criteria apply.
Hello?
Sweetheart, I'm on my way home, and I have a gift for you.
A gift for me? What is it?
A gift for you from the Louisiana Lottery. Over $2 million in cash prizes.
But why is the lottery giving me a gift?
No, it's a gift for you from me from the lottery.
What?
It's fun to give a gift for you. The new $2 scratch-off from the Louisiana Lottery. Over $2 million in cash prizes. And listen to this. You could win up to $10,000. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
We're here with rookie phenom Howard Justin, who holds the record for never dropping a ball ever.
My brother tried to hit me with a football when I was 2. I caught it and I slammed it in his oatmeal.
How do you do it?
I avoid things that drop. That's why I switched to Singular. They have the fewest drop calls of any wireless carrier.
Have you ever dropped anything?
My jaw when I realized my calls stay connected with Singular.
Howard Justin doesn't drop balls or calls.
Singular is now the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coverage is not available in all areas. The all-over network covers over 273 million people and is growing. Drop calls based on nationwide experience among national carriers.
We are back courtside at the Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge. We expect a very exciting second half of action as LSU leads UConn by 6, 37-31. Vandy 33-10 over Auburn late in the first half. Ole Miss leads Alabama by 10. Mississippi State leads Florida by 8.
Hey, travel buffs, are you planning your next vacation? Better make Delta.com your first stop on your trip. Delta is now flying to even more places across the globe, and the choices are almost endless. Visit Delta.com today for our lowest fares guaranteed. Again, UConn taking their sweet time coming out of the huddle.
Well, they know that TV is not quite ready. Also, one other quick SEC score. Georgia by 25 over South Carolina. While LSU is not playing an SEC game, it looks like Georgia's going to go 8-3. Ole Miss has a chance to go 8-3. It looks like Vandy's going to go 7-3 because they're way ahead of Auburn. LSU is 8-2 in the league, so they will be in second place in the SEC no matter what. But it looks like the three teams right behind them are going to pick up a half game. Remember, LSU is at Arkansas this Thursday night. That is a 7 o'clock game. LSU will have it to start the second half. It'll be Chaney, LeBlanc, White, Fowles, and Thomas, the regular 5. LSU led it by 12. UConn led it by 5 early. LSU's lead is 6, and here we go. Thomas has it right wing. Tigers to our left. Thomas lobs it down for Fowles on the right baseline. She'll shoot a 10-footer. Line drive rimmed out. And it is tipped almost out of bounds, but Thomas saved it, and UConn's got it. So LSU misfires their first time. They missed their last 6 shots of the first half. Green, right wing Montgomery, over to Charles, goes to the hole on Fowles and lays it up and in. She gave a little shot fake, got Fowles in the air. Gino Ariema applauds that effort. UConn's to within 4. So LSU's 12-point lead is in evaporation mode. White, right corner. Out to deep right side to Chaney. Left wing LeBlanc. Thought about the 3, didn't. Up top White. Fakes. Drives down the lane. Scoops it up with the left hand and it wouldn't go. Fowles kept it alive, but Houston's got it. Into the front court, Montgomery. Pulls up right elbow. Jumper spins out. Rebound put back is good and a foul on Green. Green got the bucket. Thomas got the foul. And UConn is on the verge of scoring the first 5 points of the half and almost completely erasing the lead that LSU worked so hard to get.
Well, don't forget, this is a UConn team that trailed, Tennessee 19-0?
Yeah.
And they ended up only losing by 6. So the Lady Huskies definitely have it in them to come back from large deficits.
Well, Green's got it, so the 6-point lead's almost gone. It's 37-36. The crowd has that antsy feeling. They're trying to offer some support. White looking around. Left point, baseline to Thomas. Back to White. Drives around Thomas. Right wing pass to LeBlanc. Into the right corner, Chaney. Left elbow, White. Jumper not going to go. Rebound tipped out. It's on the floor. It skips around. It's picked up by Fowles, who then lost it. And then they called a quick tie ball, I think. And that one's going to UConn, and they can take their first lead in a while. They last led 14-13 at the 14-18 mark of the first half. So it has been a good 16 minutes of basketball action since they led. But they can now. They're on a 5-0 run to start the half. Up top, Green, right wing to Montgomery. LeBlanc doing jumping jacks in front of her. Montgomery picks up her dribble. Baseline pass to Houston. Into the corner for a three. That is good. And Pokey wants a timeout. Montgomery hits her third three, and it is a 2-point UConn lead, 39-37. We'll take it. 18:07 to go here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The Southeastern Conference Education Initiative has impacted more than 2 million elementary and middle school students. Utilizing the SEC mascots, this interactive web-based program teaches math and language, as well as motivates students, improves test scores, and inspires an interest in higher education. Now, in its 5th year, this valuable resource features challenging content enhanced by 3D gameplay graphics. For more information, visit secsports.com or learningthroughsports.com.
Aaron Meredith made the world's highest student score on the Certified Internal Auditor exam.
Jacob Landry is the recipient of the prestigious Harry S. Truman Scholarship.
Lisette Oropesa is a national winner of the Metropolitan Opera competition.
Amaka Agachukwu was awarded the preeminent Goldwater Scholarship.
Tam Nguyen participated in research funded by the Howard Hughes Medical Institute.
LSU. Mind power. At work for you.
Go Tigers, go forward, and go to LouisianaForward.com to register your business to win a season-long 2007 LSU football corporate sponsorship presented by Louisiana Economic Development. Go to LouisianaForward.com today and tell us how you're moving Louisiana forward. UConn has come out and scored the first 8 points of the second half. They now lead the Lady Tigers 39-37, 18:07 left to go. And I think what you need to do here, Patrick, is get the ball to Sylvia and see what she can do. Either create an open shot for somebody else, but get the offense going here. It was moving so well and playing so well early on, and now, ever since the last 4 or 5 minutes of the second half, and now into the second half, Lady Tigers just haven't been able to hit some shots, and they've had plenty of open looks to do so.
UConn has outscored LSU 17-3 since about the 5-minute mark of the first half. LSU, remember, did not have a field goal the final 4 minutes of the half. So they're on about a 6-minute drought. You can't have those against UConn.
Yeah, that 17-3 run came when started when LSU had its biggest lead of the game when they led by 12, 34-22. Yep.
So waiting for television, the crowd trying to send some positive vibe out to LSU, who has given up an 8-0 run to start the second half. And here we go. White has it. 2 hour left toward the front court. Out between the circles, LeBlanc. Right wing to Thomas. Thomas had it knocked away and stolen. Houston simply took it from her. To Montgomery. Montgomery in the lane. Kicks it into the corner. Back out to Thomas for three, and she got it, and it's an 11-0 run. Thomas is a great three-point shooter, and she buried that one, and LSU's got to get it going in a hurry. Thomas, right wing to LeBlanc, lobs it on the baseline, fouls, lays it up too hard, it came out. Fouls got it back, turns, lays it up, no good, but she is fouled. So Big Sil fighting hard. The Tigers can't get it, and UConn has caught fire.
And that was very discouraging when Ashley Thomas had that ball just pulled away from him. Here you call a timeout to try to develop a play so you can get a score and get end the UConn run. And before you really can get the offensive play going, Thomas loses the basketball. But UConn is an opportunistic team, and they're going to take advantages of situations like that.
Fouls free throw is good, so LSU breaks the 11-0 run to start the half, and it's 42-38. The UConn lead is 4. They led it by 5 early. 7-2 was their lead, and the LSU surged ahead. And then now UConn has it. Fouls makes the second one off the bounce, so LSU gets 2, and McLaren, the 6'2 freshman, is in. We'll see who gets the breather. Charles does.
With 3 fouls. That's an interesting thing to look at here. Now, Tina Charles, their leading scorer, is going to be out for a while with those 3 fouls.
Montgomery to the front court. The crowd trying to get the defense worked up. At the top, Houston. Right wing to Montgomery. Tries to go around LeBlanc. Bounce pass underneath. Taking it to the hole. Reverse layup is no good. Rebound tipped out. It was Green who missed the layup. However, Houston got it and shot it in from about 5. So LSU couldn't procure the defensive rebound, and they trailed by 5 again, 44-39. Thomas at the top. And we've got some action on UConn. Probably McLaren has the guilty look.
All 5 starters have scored for UConn in the second half early on, and that's something they weren't getting in the first half. It was just maybe 1 or 2 players really scoring for them, and now, just like how LSU had everyone involved offensively in the first half, Lady Huskies have that going on for them at this point.
Inbound to LeBlanc, brings it out to the left wing. Top of the key to White. Drives around her man, takes it to the hole, throws it up off balance from 7. That's no good. Not a particularly good shot. Houston rebounds. Here comes Montgomery. Montgomery working around the right wing. Bounce pass down under McLaren. Shoots it over. Fouls too strong. Doesn't go. And Fouls is hit in the head by McLaren.
That's her third. So now you got the 2 big players for UConn with 3 fouls, and we'll see what Coach Ariema does. Remember, Brittany Hunter, their 6'3" sophomore, averaging 8 points in street clothes today, or warm-ups, I guess is probably the better way to describe her.
LSU 8 minutes without a bucket. It's time to start putting them in for 2s again. LeBlanc at the top, 20 to shoot, 16:24 to go. LSU behind by 5. LeBlanc left wing at the top, Thomas. Right wing to Cheney. Cheney dribbles to the right elbow, back to Hightower. Thought about a 3, didn't take it. 9 to shoot. Hightower at the top. Hightower toward the lane. Fade away from 12. Left it short. Fouls put back is good. So Fouls, a rebound, and a bucket. 16 points, and it's a 3-point UConn lead.
And I think that's why they put Hightower in the game, is because she could create her own shot. And she, even though her shot didn't fall, it opened it up for Sylvia to get an offensive rebound.
And Cheney steals it, took it from Green at the free throw line, toward the hole. Layup is good, and it's a 1-point game. 9 for Cheney as she picked the pocket of Green right at the free throw line. Green went up, looked like maybe was going to shoot it, and Cheney swatted it out of there. Montgomery fakes the 3, goes toward the free throw line, dishes it baseline for a jumper that's off the back iron. No good by Green. It's taken offensively. Trapped is Montgomery on the baseline. Crowd thought she traveled. Got it to Houston. Shot in the lane from 10 is good. You can feel the intensity of the crowd into this game here.
And Houston's starting to pick up her game. She's got 8, and she is someone that can be very streaky.
46-43. Cheney at the top, a 3 to tie. It's good! Fadeaway 3, Cheney from the top. She's got 12. It's 46 apiece. Going baseline, Green takes it to the hole and lays it up and in. A reverse around Fouls. LSU didn't pick her up in transition, so UConn's ahead. Green's got 11. Hightower runs baseline, misses. Fouls, picks up the 5-foot miss. Tries to shoot it in a strip. Green took it from her, up ahead to Montgomery. 1-on-2. Montgomery in the lane from 10 anyway, and she hits it. 11 for Montgomery, and UConn quickly back by 4. Crowd thought Fouls was assaulted and batteried on the other end.
Well, when they almost pull your jersey out of your shorts, it's usually a sign that a foul has occurred.
LeBlanc, left corner, Thomas. Back left wing, LeBlanc. At the top, Hightower fakes the 3, lobs it for Fouls, dribbles, backs in, shoots, couldn't get it over the rim, tipped it to herself, and I think they got her over the back.
And Pokey is barking at one of the officials. She can't believe it.
50-46, UConn by 4. 14 minutes to go. The crowd doesn't like it. Pokey doesn't like it. We've got to take a break. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
89 years of making hard-working trucks has taught us a valuable lesson. Only the strong survive. Introducing the all-new Chevy Silverado. Packing an available 315 horsepower V8 strapped inside our strongest frame ever. The 2007 Silverado from Chevy. The most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Our country, our truck. Dependability based on longevity. 1981 through July 2006 full-line light-duty truck company registration. Excludes other GM divisions. See dealer for details. See your Super Chevy dealer today.
WSF News now takes you to Dan the Man Trooper, who's out walking the streets.
Thanks, guys. I'm out here asking everyone who walks by about car insurance and what company they go to for great service and low rates. Well, the overwhelming response has been State Farm. That's because State Farm gives more discounts to more drivers than any other insurance company. So if you want great service at a great price, get State Farm. Reporting for WSF, I'm Dan the Man Trooper. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Find a State Farm agent in the Bell South Yellow Pages.
14:01 left to go. LSU trailing UConn 50-46. Campus Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of LSU basketball, and don't miss your chance to shoot for $10,000 when the men's team takes on Mississippi State on February 17th. To register, visit any Campus Federal location or the Campus Federal table in the Midway of Memories quadrant.
UConn has outscored LSU 19-9 in the second half, and we'll have the basketball. Pokey Chapman and Dee Kantner had a lively conversation. Pokey was making her point that need to call some fouls is getting beaten to death underneath. LSU 3 of 11 from the field in the second half. They're 39% for the game. UConn 8 out of 12 in the second half, 67%, and they are 48% for the game. Rebounds now UConn's way, 27-25. Sylvia Fowles, 16 points, 14 boards. She's 6 of 11 from the floor. And LSU has already given up 50 points, which is more than their season as average so far.
And considering Sylvia probably will not sit for the rest of this game, we're looking at a 20-20 type of performance from her.
Yep, she's had a couple of those. Got to go back to work defensively. LSU right now has LeBlanc, Fowles, Phillips, Cheney, and Hightower. That was a pretty effective group in the first half. All right, Oing to Houston. They go to our right. Houston goes toward the free throw line, dropped it, got it back. Up top, Montgomery. Drives right side, back out Thomas, a three, and it's good. Oh boy, she'll burn you from out there, and it is a 7-point lead. Somebody forgot about Thomas, couldn't get over to help, and that was a big one. She has hit 2 trays, both in the second half. Lob for Fowles underneath, couldn't catch it. Stolen. Thomas came out of there with it for them. Montgomery front court. Free throw line. Pass to McLaren. Back out to Montgomery. To the right wing, looking around. Hands to McLaren, an 18-footer. It's off the back iron. Fowles tipped it. It's chased down by UConn over in the corner. They're getting the loose balls here in the second half. Green has it.
I think I'll let McLaren shoot that 18-footer every time.
Yeah, and I agree with that. White will come back in for LSU. Montgomery at the top of the key. Met by LeBlanc. Hands it off to Houston. Dribbles in the lane, and Phillips hammered her on the arm.
You know, the other thing that's happened here, Patrick, Mel Thomas, 44% three-point shooter. I don't even remember her taking a shot in the first half as I take a look at the stats.
She has one.
She took 1 3-pointer, and I think you sometimes forget about her because I'm sure that was in the scouting report. We mentioned in the pregame show she was the one big three-point shooter, but non-existent in the first half. But now, all of a sudden, she showed up.
And Houston makes the free throw. And UConn has just been unstoppable in the second half. So that 12-point deficit they had, they are now starting to distance themselves from LSU, and they lead it by 8. With 12:53 to go, the Tigers swap White for LeBlanc. Second one is around the rim, and it sat and went in. So everything going UConn's way. They have scored 24 points already in the half to only 9 for LSU. Tigers have got to get it going. Still forever to go in the game, but LSU suddenly is down 9. Fowles at the top of the key. Left wing to Hightower. Hightower to Cheney, left point. Dribbles, spins in the lane, back to Hightower. A three is good from the left side. That was huge. 9 for Hightower. Up ahead, Thomas. A quick three is no good, and Fowles gets the rebound. Tigers got lucky. She was wide open. White, top of the key. Right corner, Phillips goes baseline toward the hole, and McLaren smothers the shot, and there Thomas comes out of there with it. Good defensive play. Houston into the front court. Brother Montgomery has it knocked away, but she got it back. 12 minutes to go in the contest. Looking around, bounce pass on the backdoor cut. Good catch and a good layup by Green. She bobbled it but managed to bring it in, and she's got 13, and the lead's back to 8. Very good play by Green. A backdoor tough catch. Phillips dribbles to the left elbow to White near the top. White dribbles it around toward the left wing. Looking around, 15 to shoot. To Cheney, fakes it, and then had it knocked away. No, she lost it. Lost it out of bounds. And at the 11:34 mark, we've got a timeout. UConn is up by 8, 57-49 here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Enormous SUV driver. Your mammoth machine strikes the perfect balance between the towing capacity of a tractor-trailer and the sleek styling of a tractor-trailer.
Keep on trucking.
You've got a tough choice to make. Fill up the tank or relieve the national debt.
Fill her up.
So truck on home and grab a Bud Light Enormous SUV guy.
Mr. Enormous SUV driver.
Bud Light beer at Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Can I help you?
Yes, hi. Is this where I auditioned to be a Tigers dancer?
You want to join the dance team?
Well, I'm a huge fan of the Tigers. I know everything about the team thanks to VCast from Verizon Wireless, which lets me get game highlights on my cell phone. The only thing I haven't experienced is being on the dance team.
But you're a guy.
Oh, I can dance. Kick, turn, hips, jazz hands. No?
Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the LSU Tigers. Call 1-800-2JOIN-IN. VCast phone coverage and $15 a month VPAC subscription required.
$57-49, UConn leading LSU with 11:34 left to go. Visit adlersjewelry.com or visit the new store at the Town Center to purchase that perfect Valentine's gift for your loved one. Adler's, a New Orleans tradition since 1898. You know, LSU defensively this season only allowing 48 points a game. UConn already has 57. Last year, this game was a 51-48 contest. So obviously we're going to go back past that. You know, and the big question has been, we know LSU can play defense, but what happens when they go up against a UConn team that is very good offensively as they are, with 5 players, 5 starters in double figures? Can LSU's offense match that? And it did for a while, but really since the 5-minute mark in the second half, it's been not, LSU just can't keep up.
Well, let's see. Of their 5 starters right now, Charles 15, Green 13, Houston 10, Montgomery 11, Thomas has 6, but they've all come in the second half. UConn in the second half, 63%, 3 out of 4 from three-point land. LSU in the second half, 31%. They've hit 2 of 2 from three-point land, but they're only 2 of 11 inside the arc, and they've been outscored 26-12. Not often a team puts 26 points on LSU in 8.5 minutes. Now LSU is going to give the ball back to UConn, and the defense has got to click here. And they've done this without Charles in the game. She's got 3 fouls. So Montgomery will bring it. They can go up double figures for the first time. Cannot let them run and hide, because they have that capability. LSU's got to shut them down. Bounce passing on the back door, and that would have been a layup, but that one was lost. Out of bounds. Good break for LSU. Green could not corral that one, but she was open on a backdoor cut. Here come the Tigers. White brings them into the front court. 11:15 and eternity left in this game. White to Chaney, left corner, guarded by Thomas. Chaney left baseline, left point to White, up top Phillips, lobs it for fouls. It's too strong off of her hands. Big scramble in the corner, and UConn comes out of there with it. Or they're going to say it was off LSU. So Phillips threw that ball too hard. It looked like it fouls, and she couldn't grab it. And there was a lot of traffic to where she threw it. 11 minutes to go. Tigers have got to stop them and get some points going. Montgomery up at top to McLaren. Between the circles, Thomas. Left wing over to Green. Green pass to McLaren up top. Hands it off behind her to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to work on White. Goes right of the lane, and White fouled her on the jump shot from about 6. She hit her head on the ground, did Montgomery. But UConn can go up double figures, as Montgomery did a good job there. We'll see what she does from the line. She hasn't been there today, but she is 71% for the year, and UConn has found their stride here in the second half. Free throw is no good off the back iron. Tigers need to box out and get a rebound if one's coming here. There isn't. Free throw is good, and the lead is 9 again. Soignier will come in, and Montgomery will take a breather.
And Hightower comes in for LSU for Erica White. And to me, Patrick, Hightower's been the most aggressive offensively, and to open up some room for Sylvia down low, she's going to need to keep shooting the ball, and hopefully a few of those will keep going in.
And she's been good defensively, has Hightower. Got those long arms, maybe can interrupt some of what they're doing. Chaney, left side, Phillips, 18-footer. It rimmed out. And LSU not hitting like they were, and Soignier's got it, and UConn is in control at the moment. 10:22 and counting. Right wing pass to Green. Green back up top to Houston. Left side to Soignier. Fires it underneath, and it is saved. Nope, it's not saved. LSU will get it. The UConn player, who was that? It went after it. It was Green. Couldn't save it from the baseline. Tigers need to go to work on offense now, and the crowd agrees, and they're up trying to fire them up a little bit as we approach 10 minutes to go. Only a 9-point deficit. Hightower at the top. Spins in the lane, turns from 10, shoots it in. All right, there you go. Hightower's got 11, and it's a 58-51 game. Tigers need to stop.
Phillips was open in the corner there, but Hightower's like, you know what, I got to take this. I'm feeling it a little bit more than Portia, who's only 2 of 9 from the field so far in this game.
Yeah, Hightower 4 out of 9. McLaren, right side, Soignier on the baseline. Green back to Soignier, a 3. That's going to be off the mark, no good. Fouls at it, had it knocked away, and it's taken by Green in the lane. Houston dumps it in the corner to Green. 17-footer is good. Second chance points. Fouls just couldn't quite snag the rebound, and they batted it away from her, and UConn wanted it and went and got it. 9-point leads. That would have been a nice little transition. Chaney, 18-footer straight away, back iron. But Hightower goes and gets the rebound in the lane. Up top, Phillips. Phillips down low to Fowles. Layup is good off the glass. 18 for Fowles. The Tigers starting to get a little rhythm, but they need some stops.
Well, because Hightower and Fowles were on the same side of the floor, they really couldn't triple team Fowles, so that gave her more room. That's why you need these perimeter players to step up their game right now.
Soignier fires it in the lane. Houston to the hole. Fowles blocked the shot, but got her on the arm, says Wesley Dean in the striped shirt. Well, they say Phillips was the one that got her.
I was going to say, I don't think Sylvia ever touched her, and Portia's got 3 now, and that is the 6th foul, I believe, against LSU.
Well, Houston's only a 60% shooter, but she's 2 for 2, so she's due to start missing some. First one, nope, not that time. She got it. So she's got 11. There's Charles back in the game along with Montgomery. Thomas and McLaren will leave. And LSU, the offense is going, but they can't get enough stops to try to get a little run going. Houston's next one is good, so she's 4 out of 4 with 12 points. Tigers got to keep plugging away on offense here at 62-53, UConn by 9. 8:34 to go. LSU led it by 12 in the first half, but it has been all UConn since. Chaney at the top, left side LeBlanc. Didn't take the 3. Left point Chaney. 15 to shoot. Looking around, needing a bucket. Hightower in front of the LSU bench. Drives baseline, spins, kicks it up top Phillips. Phillips, right side Hightower, a 3. Back iron this time. Rebound is on the floor, and it's scooped out. UConn's got it, and it is on the sideline. Green caught it right on the sideline, right in front of us, and the officials saw it. UConn almost came out of there with it.
But UConn got another loose ball, Patrick, and it just seems like every time the ball is on the floor, there's a good battle for the rebound. UConn is the one winning that advantage. Erica White now in for Rashante LeBlanc. I like this offensive set LSU has out there right now with Hightower, Chaney, Fowles, White, and Phillips. Hopefully they can get something going.
8 minutes to go in the game. LSU down 9, trying to keep up with UConn. Phillips, bounce pass up top to White. White up top, Phillips, 17-footer. Good. Now the Tigers keep making the buckets. They need a stop. Phillips with 6, 62-55. The crowd's trying hard to help. Just short of going out there and playing defense, they are doing what they can. Left side deep, Montgomery lobs it down for Charles. Tries to shoot over Fowles. Fowles blocked, and she traveled anyway. And LSU will get it back when we return. A big possession. LSU down 7 with 7:33 to go here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Today we salute you, Mr. Really Big Golf Club Maker. You gave golfers what we really need. A sweet spot the size of a compact car.
Sweet like candy.
Thanks to you, we're no longer slicing the ball 200 yards into the woods. We're slicing it 300 yards into the woods.
400.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh Titan of the Titanium.
Mr. Really Golf Club
Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yep, there's nothing like that new car insurance smell.
Wouldn't it be great if you could test drive car insurance? Well, maybe you can.
And look how great it handles around those hairpin turns in your budget.
Check out the company 40 million other drivers trust, State Farm. No one gives more discounts to more drivers or takes better care of you. So call an agent today and kick our tires. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Find a State Farm agent in the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South.
7:33 left to go in this one. UConn leading LSU 62-55 at the Maravich Center. Meet the all-new 2007 Silverado. No other truck delivers a better combination of power and efficiency. It's both the 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year and the North American International Auto Show Truck of the Year. See it for yourself at your local Super Chevy dealer. And today's game is brought to you in part by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, this is a big offensive possession, as you mentioned, Patrick. The Lady Tigers will get the ball back, down by 7, able to finally get a defensive stop against the Lady Huskies. But can their offense be consistent enough to possibly come back and win this game? And can their defense get enough stops against the UConn team that is shooting 48% from the field? LSU shooting just 41%. Leading scorers for UConn, Tina Charles, who's back on the floor with 3 fouls, and Kalena Green, she has 15 points on 7-11 shooting. Sylvia Fowles, 18 points, 15 rebounds. Kiana Chaney has 12 points, and Allison Hightower may be playing her best game of the year, as she's got 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting.
LSU last lost here to Vanderbilt February 19th, 2004, so it's been about 3 years since LSU has lost a game in this building. But there is plenty of time to come back. UConn, you would hope and figure, has got to cool off a little bit. But maybe not. They're going to go into some pressure. Hightower gets it as Soignier missed the steal, so Hightower brings it into the front court. Down by 70 points. Hightower goes left baseline. Up top, Phillips, 16-footer is good. Big shot. Phillips has 8, and the lead is down to 5. So maybe LSU has broken that 7 to 9 point barrier and is ready to make this one close again. Soignier, left side to Green. Over on the baseline, lobs it down low. Houston lost it and is taken by Hightower. Here comes White, up ahead to Chaney, left wing. She heads for the hole. Layup is off the glass. It's tipped out. Hightower out to White, and LSU will settle in and start over. Out to Phillips. Oh, got to keep the momentum going here. Chaney, right point. 6:48 and counting. Chaney back behind her to Hightower. 9 to shoot. Up top, Phillips lobs it for Fowles in the lane. Turn hook, rattles, and it goes. 20 for Fowles, and the lead is down to 3.
Just one-on-one, Sylvia and Tina Charles, and Sylvia was in the middle of the paint, and a nice little jump hook as the fans rise to their feet.
6:24 to go. LSU's right back in the middle of it. Montgomery bounce pass to Houston at the free throw line. Houston on the floor toward the hole. Shot off the glass, no good. It's chased down by Chaney. Chaney's coming into the front court. Tigers run. Chaney down the lane. Runner is good. It's good from 7. 14 for Chaney, and it's a 1-point deficit. And I think Yoriema wants a timeout, and he does. And the big crowd is involved as LSU was down 9. They've scored 8 in a row, and it is 62-61 with 5:59 to go in the game.
This offensive run has been sparked by Portia Phillips, who went really through a major shooting funk here midway through the game, but she has come down and hit 2 big field goals here. That got LSU going. Then it gets Kiana Chaney going, and Sylvia Fowles gets the bucket in the paint as they did not double team her again. It's just when UConn knows that the other players are involved offensively, they can't afford to double and triple team her. They maybe can double team her, but they can't get a third defender on her, and she's too dangerous down low. And she's got 20 points now in this contest.
Quick score from Tiger Park. It's 1-1 LSU and Memphis in the 5th inning. Danny Hofer's throwing a no-hitter, but the Tigers gave up an unearned run. It's also a 1-point game here. And the crowd, they're all up. They're yelling and screaming because LSU is back in it. A stop and a bucket, and LSU's got the lead. Montgomery is met by Fowles up top. Fowles backed away. Right side to Green. In the corner, Soignier. Up top, Charles. Tries to drive on Cheney. Pushed her. They didn't call it. And Charles shot it in from 5. So Cheney ended up on Charles. That's a mismatch anyway. And Charles has 17.
That would have been her 4th foul if they called the offensive foul.
That's a good point. Cheney passes tip, and it's knocked around underneath, and it's taken by Green. It was tipped up top, and that kind of threw things off a little bit. Montgomery toward the right wing. Tigers still need right there now. They're down 3 with 5:17 to go. Soignier goes over to the left wing, 14 to shoot.
There's
on
a foul.
Cheney. No call, though. Up top, Montgomery. Montgomery, right elbow jumper is good, and it's back to 5. So UConn does what UConn does. A little bit of pressure. It's all right. They scored 4 in a row to quiet things down. Tigers need to go back to work. Right side, White goes baseline, shoots it up. Bad shot off the glass. Tipped out of bounds. UConn will get it. That was not a good shot by Erica White at all.
12 seconds had only gone by in the shot clock. It almost seems like LSU, they were so focused there in that period where they were able to cut it to a 1-point game. And that intensity has dropped down a little bit. A sense of relaxment has entered LSU.
Well, they need to unrelaxment. White 0 for 6 from the floor, trying to make something happen, but it just didn't work out. White tries to knock it away from Montgomery. Montgomery got it back. Back right side to Green, goes toward the hole, fades, and it's blocked from behind by Phillips, and it's saved by Hightower, who needs help and gets it out to Phillips. Off to White, and here come the Tigers, down by 5, needing a bucket. 4:20 to go. White, right corner. What's she going to do? She's going to get it to Cheney out at long range. To Phillips. Phillips lobs it up for fouls. The catch, the flip, and the bucket is good. 22 for fouls. We're back down to a 3-point game. Coming right down the stretch, just like you kind of figured it might. Right wing, Houston. They reverse it around the LSU defense. Left wing to Montgomery. Pass on the elbow to Green. Fade away from 10. Baseline. No good. Cheney rebounds. Tigers can run it. It's 2-on-2. Cheney takes it to the hole, to the basket. Misses the layup in traffic and is taken by Green.
I don't blame Cheney for taking it there, though. She had a seam, and she just couldn't finish.
Nope, and the UConn players were in the way. 3:30 to go. UConn by 3. All right, needing more stops. 15 to shoot. Montgomery up top. Pass in the lane. Oh, no, it's caught by Houston. But she missed the layup. It's rebounded by Foul. Somebody went for the steal, didn't get it. Houston missed. White pulls up, gets it out to Cheney. Cheney, baseline, Phillips, fakes the jumper, goes down the baseline. And what happened?
Did she step out?
I don't know what happened.
It's foul on UConn.
Oh, a UConn foul. That's Charles. That's her 4th. That is their 5th foul, so LSU will not shoot. What we will do is go to an official timeout. 3:09 to go. UConn 66, LSU 63. The exciting conclusion of today's game after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Your connection to LSU sporting events is the Tiger Ticket Office, located in the main lobby of the Athletic Administration Building. Advanced ticket sales to all events are available from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, on both a season and single game basis. For complete seating and price information, call the LSU Ticket Office at 225-578-2184 or toll free 1-800-960-8587 and see the Tigers in action whenever you can.
Theda Daniels Race works in nanotechnology that will pave the way for a new generation of electronics.
John Tyler helps create software that lets radiologists view X-rays and MRIs more efficiently.
Roger Lane and Jennifer Lowe are revolutionizing the treatment of sinusitis with a test that detects fungus.
Roy Daka employs new technology to secure our nation's levees.
Sonia Wiley-Patton is working on technology to prevent human errors in the healthcare industry.
LSU. Mind power. At work for you.
Co-op Bookstore, the gear you need in the colors you bleed. For all of your Tiger gifts and LSU apparel, shop Co-op Bookstore, located in the shadows of Tiger Stadium at 3960 Burbank Drive here in Baton Rouge, or on the web at coopbookstore.com. And go Tigers, go forward, and go to louisianaforward.com to register your business to win a season-long 2007 LSU football corporate sponsorship presented by Louisiana Economic Development. Go to louisianaforward.com today and tell us how you're moving Louisiana forward.
Well, it has been a very exciting game. UConn started out ahead 5, and then LSU got it up to a 12-point lead. UConn cut it to 6 by halftime, and then went on an 11-0 run to start the half to go up 5, and have led it ever since. They led by as much as 9, and then LSU cut it down to 1. UConn got it back to 5, and right now it's 3, 66-63. Phillips was fouled before the timeout, but that was only UConn's 4th of the half, so LSU will have to work for the points.
And LSU's not sure what side of the court they should be on.
Well, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign. It's Phillips, Hightower, fouls Cheney, and they'll need a 5th. Oh, there's White. Now, White knows where she's supposed to be. She's on the baseline over in front of the Tiger girls, waiting to inbound. Big possession. They all will be from here on out. 3:09 to go. White on the inbound. Lobs it out to fired it out to Hightower at the top. To Phillips, left side to White. They back off of her. Crowd wants her to shoot, but she's looking for something better. Up top, Phillips fakes the jumper. Goes in the lane, 10-footer. Oh, it rimmed out. No good. Fouls knocked it away, but it is UConn basketball.
Wait a minute.
But the decanter's going to talk about it. Maybe they'll give it back to LSU. We'll see.
Yeah,
they do.
That was a good call.
8,424 here this afternoon. They do not want to see the 43-game home court winning streak die. Tigers going to need some points, though. White needs to call timeout. Could not get what they wanted on the inbound, and that's all right. LSU still got 2 timeouts left. Let's give you some of the stats here. LSU 43%. They're back up to 42% for the half. UConn is down a little bit to 54% for the half, 47% for the game. 3-pointers, UConn 5 of 11, LSU 4 for 8, so some good 3-point shooting. Some good free throw shooting. LSU 7 of 8, UConn 7 of 9. Some good rebounding. UConn 34, LSU 32. Charles with 9, Fowles with 16 to go with her 22 points. LSU's only got 11 turnovers. UConn's got 14 points in the paint. LSU 34-30. Second chance points, LSU 17, UConn 14. It is statistically an extremely close game.
The only difference is UConn shooting a little bit better than LSU.
Yep, inbounds Cheney in the corner. Tigers down by 3. White, 18-footer left side is good, and that cuts it to 1. Her first bucket of the game. They were daring her to shoot it. She finally did, and she made it. And I think you're going to hear a little bit of noise this time down. Montgomery, as LSU is down 1. Montgomery at the top. 2:30 and counting. Montgomery working on Hightower, 12 to shoot. She hasn't given it up yet. Picks up her dribble. Right corner to Green. Back to Montgomery, a long 3. Oh my goodness, she hit it from about 22. That is a killer.
4 threes for her today, and that's not what we were expecting.
And she was not shooting them well coming in. 4-point game. That's all right. LSU still got to go to work here. At the top, Cheney almost walked. No call. We're near the 2-minute mark. Got to score. White around the perimeter. 12 to shoot. Gets it to Cheney at the top. Cheney drives, spins, back behind her, fouls. Free throw line jumper is no good.
Excellent UConn defense to get Sylvia to shoot a free throw line shot.
And Houston got the rebound. Boy, that 3 by Montgomery might be the dagger if LSU can't come back. Bounce pass, a right point to Houston. Back up top, Montgomery, guarded by White. Need a stop. Big 13 seconds. Houston dribbles toward the hole. Cut off. Shot is blocked. She traveled before she got there. Down by 4 is LSU. 1:30 to go.
Still plenty of time.
Oh, yeah.
They can get a bucket here. You get a defensive stop, and then you have an opportunity to possibly win the game at that point.
1:24 and counting. Still time to take your time and get a good shot. Hightower lobs it for Fowles. Left block. Turns. Kicks it up to White. Fakes the jumper. White to Phillips. 17-footer is good from the left side. Phillips with 10, and it's a 2-point game again. Can they get the big stop? 1:05 and counting. Ariema wants timeout. Well, this will give us a chance to kind of back up a little bit, Jeff. And we've talked about, what Pokey and I talked about, what Gino Ariema said in the paper. It's got a big game feel. It's going to have an NCAA tournament feel to it. I think both of these teams after today know what they're dealing with. These are two solid teams that have a chance to go deep in the tournament. And they're going toe-to-toe today, win, lose, or whatever. This is going to be a good experience for both ball clubs here at this point.
And you get the sense that if these two teams played again tomorrow, the loser of this one may win the next game.
Well,
you read the statistics a few seconds ago, and they're about as even as you can get for a basketball game. And these two teams have gone at it. They've traded big-time blows, and now it's up to LSU's top-ranked defense to come up with the stop.
It's bread and butter time right here. Crowd comes to their feet, 8,400 plus. 22 to shoot, a minute now to go in the game. LSU down by a couple. Mel Thomas hands it off at the top to Charles, running a little weave. Montgomery. They're going to clear for her. 12, 11, 10 to shoot. Montgomery looking for a screen. Pass in the lane. Charles has it, shoots it over Fowles, and missed it. And Fowles rebounds. Fowles got just enough in the way for Charles to miss. Into the front court. 39 seconds and counting. The Tigers are down by 2. In the corner, Hightower goes toward the hole. Shot is blocked out of bounds, and they give it to UConn.
Not a good choice there by Portia to take it down the baseline. But how wide open was Tina Charles down low? And I thought for sure she was going to score. Sylvia did, as you mentioned, Patrick, just enough to deflect it. And Portia, there just really wasn't much there on the baseline, but hey, they wouldn't be in this position without her because she has scored 10 points in this game. Allison Hightower has 11. The two freshmen in the biggest game of the year up until this point have come in with their best performances of the season, especially on the offensive end here this afternoon.
Well, so it's UConn by 2, 31 seconds. Phillips drove it from the corner, drove down the baseline, and somebody blocked it out of bounds, and it went off an LSU hand. Now, LSU has committed just 5 fouls, so they have one to give here. I think if you're LSU, you've got to go try to trap them and see if you can get a steal. And then if you foul, then they bring it back in and you try it again. So that was a tough possession.
Yeah.
Pokey might. She only had one time. Well, she had 2 timeouts left. Could have called one there, but likes to let them play on, and couldn't quite make it happen. But there's still plenty of time left.
No, I don't blame her for not calling a timeout because I think UConn was a little shocked the fact that Charles didn't score there.
Yeah,
it was just they had more time to run there, and I think they could have worked for a better shot. But Portia's been playing really well in the second half and trying to make something happen. And it's an aggressive mistake.
Well, UConn not a great free throw shooting team. They've got a few players with holes. Now, Thomas is 93%. Houston 59%, but she's made 4 out of 4 today. Montgomery 71. Kalena Green 62. But remember, the next foul does not send them to the line. They're trying to inbound. They get it in. LSU needs to foul or get a steal. Thomas is foul. Again, that's all right. She can't go to the line. Now, she's not the one you want to foul next time.
But Pokey was saying, why? UConn was able to run off a couple extra seconds because there was nobody near the person who got the inbounds pass.
All right, it's 27 seconds. Next foul does send them to the line. Looking to inbound. It's knocked away. It's on the floor. Who we got? It's going to be tie ball. LSU will get it. There was just a big, massive scramble. Hightower's hands were on it. There was a big fight. A UConn player was trying to call a timeout, but it was a tie, and LSU's got it with 22 seconds to go, down by 2, and Pokey wants her last timeout.
I thought Pokey was going to get in there and try to get her hands on that ball. That ball was right in front. The scramble was right in front of LSU's bench. We really didn't have a good angle, and that was kind of like a fumble in football where 5 or 6 different people have their hands on it, and you really don't know what ends up happening.
It looked to me like Hightower was the one that got her hand in and started the mad scramble.
Yeah, she did start the scramble, the turnover, because the inbound pass came into the corner, and that was easy for LSU to defend that way, and she used her quick hands to knock it away. Now, all right, you're down by 2, 22 seconds left. you could get it to Big Sill, I think, and I think you try your chances in overtime at this point.
Absolutely. At home in overtime, yeah, but remember, if you score, you got to stop them, and LSU scored against Georgia but couldn't stop them. Got to score first, though. Let's not put things ahead of where they are. Everybody in the place on their feet. LSU will inbound on the baseline. Gets it into Hightower, 20 and counting. Hightower is fouled, but again, they've got 2 to give. That's only their 5th.
And that was an excellent foul called because the lane was open for Hightower to either take it all the way or dish it off to someone.
That's why Oriema's in the Hall of Fame. They've got 1 more to give. 19.4 to go. Tigers down 2. White to inbound. Got it in for a quick jumper. Cheney hits it! She hits it on the baseline from 10. A running one-hander. We're tied. Got to defend now. 69 apiece.
They're going to call timeout.
I don't know.
Well, one of the assistants was.
All right, UConn's got it. A 3 by Montgomery. Oh, she hit it. She hit it. 6.7 to go. UConn by 3. White into the front court. White will pull up. She's got to shoot the 3. Up to Phillips for 3. It's good! It's good!
2.
They say it's a 2.
Her foot was on the line. They're saying her foot was on the line.
They're going to have to go to the TV monitor. Dee Cantner said it was a 2.
I think her foot was on the line.
Oh, my goodness. White was wide open and didn't shoot it. She got it to Phillips at the top, who did shoot it. She had to get her footwork straight to get behind the line. They have called it a 2.
It is a 2. They just looked at it. It's a 2.
But they've got to review it, though. They've got to review it. But, Jeff, I think, boy, this is what happened in that Georgia game. But Montgomery buried a 3 down on this end. She was open and hit it. The scoreboard says 72-71.
They're not showing it up.
And they're not showing it up on the monitor. We got to wait for the officials. And LSU may be on the short end of this one also. Dee Cantner's looking. One of the officials, Dee called it a 2 to begin with. So we are at the mercy of what the TV indicates, and they're not showing it on the big board here.
They're showing the referee, Dee Cantner's got 2, and it is a 2-pointer, Patrick.
2-pointer, ball game over.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Tough loss.
Oh, that'll take the wind out of you right there. UConn wins at 72-71 as LSU went down the court after Houston hit the 3-pointer that ends up winning the game. Erica White was all by herself on the right wing, but she didn't want to shoot the 3. And then finally she got it to Phillips at the top. And Phillips knew that she wasn't quite behind the arc, so she backed up. Yeah. But the foot was barely on the line, according to the replay. So she hit the bucket, but it only counts for 2, and LSU was down by 3. So the final score is Connecticut 72 and LSU 71, one of the best games we've ever seen in this building. And unfortunately, the LSU 43-game home court winning streak has come to an end. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Accident or illness can affect your child at any time, day or night. And the area's only 24-hour pediatric emergency room is at the hospital you count on. Our Lady of the Lake, the spirit of healing.
Ever wonder what 2 days in the life of a Jeep Wrangler is like? Listen and learn.
Watch the paint!
Everybody check their shoes.
Just use some leaves.
With its one-of-a-kind open-air design, the original 4x4 Jeep Wrangler gets you out there and back with total confidence. Now with Wrangler 4-door, you can do it all with more. It's one in a growing lineup of legendary Jeep vehicles. Jeep is a registered trademark of Daimler Chrysler.
We're here with rookie phenom Howard Justin, who holds the record for never dropping a ball ever.
My brother tried to hit me with a football when I was 2. I caught it and I slammed it in his oatmeal.
How do you